Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Let's start the video for today's analysis so that we can trade tomorrow on the basis of that. As you can see, if you have watched my previous videos on the analysis of Nifty, you will clearly see that I had stated that after here, once this low was formed, new low was formed, and after this lower high was broken, we had just entered into a intermediate change of trend. Could not be called like the trend has changed and it will be hitting a new high, new all-time high, but still it has changed on the basis it could be going for a retracement from here. You see, on the basis of that, I also told that once we get a new structure high after a downtrend, or once we get a new structure low after a bull trend or uptrend, we are out for a deeper correction. Deeper correction means something around more than 50 to 61.8 retracement, or even greater than that before breaking the previous swing high. Once this previous swing low or high subsequently is broken, then we have to assume that the trend has still continued without breaking the previous trend. And possibly if we have got this breakout, that is a possible fake breakout. But in this scenario, as we have seen, I have already marked this zone which I was considering as a support, and it was kind of a good support here. Multiple levels of rejections have seen here, as you can see this shaded area, and after that breaking this high, which was previous lower high here, it again came into this shaded area and started accumulation. If you go into the further lower time frame, which can be 15 minutes of time frame, you can still see a break of a structure here, which is on 28th of March. This low was formed, and after that this high was broken from here. And in fact, this was the day I also took my position here. I took multiple positions in the futures, and after that it just went on for a rampage. Clear, good swing to the upside. You see, these are very, very high probability trades, but you will not be getting these kind of trades or risk reward ratios daily. I have also pointed out the risk, what is the risk and what is the reward in this particular scenario. A possible reward could be around 17,461 or 472, this area, and possibly this has been achieved as per the mentioned levels. This is on the futures chart, please mind it. It is not Nifty spot. So if you see, 61.8 extension of this particular swing has been achieved. But if you see, we have not got any break of structure. You see, this was not a break of structure, but break of structure was here. You see, ideally we should be making an assumption that this particular swing got completed here, and this was a very, very minute retracement. On the basis of that, it looks like sellers are not very much getting triumph for here, and in fact they are losing. Subsequently, in the second half, prices were able to push higher. So seeing that, I think the level of 17,600 or around the area of this gap portion, which was made on 10th of March, this area can be attempted, because this might be an area where a lot of orders might be pending. So these might be getting into this liquidity area, or there might be some pending orders here. It will try to grab this liquidity, something like that. And if it has to return, or if it has to change the trend or continue in the subsequent downtrend, then this might be a flow. This might be a possible course of action. It is not a compulsion that it will be following the exact levels and exact path which I am being drawing here. That is impossible to judge, and it is impossible for anybody to forecast in this way. But we can do something with the basis of technical analysis. This was very sweet spot for accumulating here. I just got the entry around 64.5, so it was very good entry for me. And the stop loss was very minute, somewhere around 30-40 points, just below this swing low. So let's see how much do we get. I did get out at 475 for some of the lots, and still I am maintaining my stop loss around here. It's not moved to this point. It will be moved to this point once this high is broken. Once this high is broken or it is retested, I will be subsequently logging my profits behind this thing low. And if it has to go up from here, it will gradually go up, and possibly I'll be booking around 16 17 600 or 6 610, something like that. Let's see how well the movement is going on. If it is getting very lethargic, then I will possibly be getting out one lots here in this area, because as you can see, there might be a reaction over here. If you see, there might be a reaction over here, but let's see how well the price is moving along with the upward momentum. So this is it. In fact, if you ask me about the fresh entry, I will say on the 30 minutes time frame, the entries are not very lucrative, but still you are getting a fill around 17,454 on the future, keeping the stop loss either here 17,385 or this particular low. If you move on to 15-minute chart, this will be your trade if you get the fill around 17,450, roughly 455 or 450. You will be keeping the stop loss around 17,410, below this candle low, whatever it is. So this can be an entry here, but I think you should be trading very strictly, because I see the momentum might be getting slower from here going forward. You see? So this is the analysis of Nifty. Let's quickly jump onto the stocks which we are currently having in our kitty. This was a very big red day for KPIT. In fact, we might have got out around 865, because our entry was around 855, and once this low was formed, the stop loss was moved over here, and we would have got just stopped out with couple of percentages of profit. India Mart is still struggling into that area. Let's see how well it goes. This is something which cannot be forecasted on beforehand, because we never know if the momentum of a stock will be just going up, no matter how refined entry we get into, but it is doing its thing. So let's wait for that. Next one is Dalmia Bharat, and in fact Dalmia Bharat has performed very well. It has moved around 6 and 7% to the upside. Still we have not moved our stop loss from here until and unless we are getting a dip and then a concurrent new high. We won't be adjusting our stop losses. Many a times we are in the temptation of moving the stop loss very close to the entry point, or just making it break even, so that we are thinking, what if the price is just reverting back to our buying price? That is not the case. You should stick to your system, because we should be giving room for entire price action to take its course. I suppose once this area has been moved, it will be giving us some retracement or congestion type of thing. Then possibly it will be continuing its upward journey. Next one is JK Lakshmi Cement. It has also performed quite good. If you see, it has gone roughly 7-8% to the upside, and it is also now in the resistance zone. You see, these are the big wicks suggesting there are sellers, and we may see something like this here. And once it moves up, we'll be moving the stop loss up. TKK Healthcare was on fire today. We would have got the entry around 1075, and after that it moved around the upper circuit of 20%. So it is a very good stock. I think you will be getting something more into this. It has just started. So let's see. No movement of stop loss, because if you have already booked your profit around 10-12%, that's okay. It's okay, perfectly okay. But in case you are just thinking to trail it, do not move the stop loss. Let it be here around 8, 10, 10. And once it gives a small swing or a small pivot, then we'll be trailing the stop loss subsequently. Alright guys, this is all for the current video. Hope you like the content and the stocks selected. If in case you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so that you are not missing any videos or any technical analysis of either stocks or Nifty. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching, and do share the video in your social media platforms. Thank you.